It was only a week ago that a plan was announced to move the National Access Arts Centre from its crumbling Fairview Arena location to an abandoned Scouts Hall in West Hillhurst. But now the organization's CEO says the city is putting that project in jeopardy. Kevin Green explains.
Last week, the NaAC CEO smiled, announcing a new home at the old Scouts Hall in West Hillhurst. All that's now changed.
The sense of enthusiasm and hope for our disability arts organization seems to be rather short-lived.
The city initially committed $4.5 million to the project, with the NaAC responsible for raising a remaining $1.6 million. The organization secured that money, but $300,000 of it is in a pledge spread over 5 years. Ryu says the city is refusing to accept that money in installments.
We had raised $1.45 million, 90% of the amount that you've requested of us, but because $300,000 of this will come in installments from our partners, you have said that this isn't good enough.
Ryu says the city is also stonewalling requests to meet and discuss the problem, so Tuesday took out this full-page ad in the local broadsheet to pressure city officials to come to the table. Ward 7 Councillor Terry Wong says the city is open to discussions but needs to ensure the funding is secure.
And in this particular case, it's a city building, and what the city wants to be sure is that the leasee has the ability to cover the costs, and the cost is not going to fall back on the taxpayer at the end of the day.
Ryu says the costs began escalating when the city declared the Scouts Hall a heritage site, preventing it from modifying the crumbling staircase or the wheelchair ramp, which is no longer to code. Instead, the city proposed building an elevator on the side of the hall. Meanwhile, the NaAC is still operating out of the annex to the Fairview Arena, which has been deteriorating ever since the arena roof collapsed in 2018.
Look at the mess that we're in, following the collapse of the Fairview Arena more than 7 years ago that has rendered our space unsafe for longer-term occupancy.
Ryu says he won't stop fighting for the artists at the centre to get their new home in West Hillhurst.
We have the money. There are creative solutions to make this work and proceed with this project without further delay.
Kevin Green, CTV News, Calgary.
The city says the deadline for the National Access Arts Centre to have all of its funds in place is March 31st.